Hi everyone, this is Thuy with Ferrari Lund Real Estate. I have here George Munoz with Elite Inspections. We just finished a home inspection for my buyer who's buying this beautiful home in Hidden Valley. So I'm here with George.
Hello, everybody. So, I just finished this property. It is a wonderful, wonderful house. Just a few little things that I noticed here at this property, but nothing severe. The things that I like to touch on is basically all the maintenance things that I'd seen that could prevent bigger things from happening to this property, especially in that crawl space. Because we are dealing in a wetter environment here in Hidden Valley, we do have that issue with moisture being a lot more relevant here in the surface or even in the crawl spaces. So my biggest tips here for just keeping anything away from the property such as moisture is definitely keeping up with your gutters. Cleaning them is very important. That way there's flow of water and drainage away from the property as is intended. The other thing is keeping your plastic, your vapor barrier intact and properly installed in the crawl space, because that crawl space is always going to be the lowest part of your grade and the property itself. So eventually, when the water or the moisture does end up in the crawl space, that plastic is there to contain that humidity factor or vapor lock, keeping that confined space dry like it should be. The other thing is opening up those vents, those foundation vents is huge. Ventilation in the crawl space needs to be completely open even in the winter time. A lot of people are put off by saying, I don't want to keep them open because I don't want to freeze pipes. But that is that's the time that it actually does have the most detrimental effects with moisture in the crawl space, because there's two temperatures. And that's when condensation can occur and not go anywhere. The other thing is just keeping your maintenance, paint, caulking, anything that is going to protect you from the elements, roof, like I said, your siding, and even the concrete slabs, patio slabs. When they do crack, they will separate more because we do freeze here. So that is part of your maintenance. You want to seal all those cracks so they don't separate or spall anymore. So those are my tips. To keeping moisture is definitely the enemy here. But those are the tips that I would recommend, keeping your house up to shape and not have any issues with moisture in the crawl or around the property.
Well, thank you, George, so much. Let me ask you another question. So let's say these buyers do close on this home and they live here for a while. How often do you recommend a home inspection?
Because we are in this property and we do have those issues here that we talked about, just with moisture being a factor here, I would probably do it every 2 years just to get a pop check and see what's going on down there. Is everything in place that was put in there to help with the drainage and keep that ventilation proper? Is it still working? Does it need something else, or is it all right to leave it alone? But that's why you always want to have a pop-up check later on within the next 2 years and just get a lump sum of what's going on in that crawl space, because typically that is where all the problems start, and that is your foundation.
Well, thank you so much, George, because last week we met with Annie Grogan, and we talked about, definitely getting a home warranty. And then this week, definitely the tip that I'm hearing from you is to do a home inspection every 2 years. So that's definitely great, because we definitely do not want to do a lot of deferred maintenance. If people have a schedule of, when to do certain inspections, and just keeping up with the upkeep of their home. So thank you so much for your time today. And what is your phone number if people need to contact you?
Our number is 622-0808. You can get a hold of our office manager, Marcy, and she can help you out scheduling anything. We do work Saturdays. We give 10% discount to all your vets, anybody that's law enforcement, emergency, and even teachers. So we do like to say thank you back. And we also work on Saturdays. So Monday through Saturday, we're ready for you if you guys need an inspection.
And I believe you also speak Spanish?
Yes, ma'am. I definitely am fluent in Spanish, and I can also create Spanish and English reports.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And again, this is Thuy Tran with Ferrari Lunds Real Estate. And I can be reached at for all of your real estate needs at 775-250-1417. Have a great day and see you next week.